All right. An annual tradition here on the show, the first show of the year, we talk about what's going to be coming to the Disney parks around the world in 2021. It is a weird year. I think it's a year that originally we thought we'd have a lot more to talk about, but the list is shorter than originally anticipated, for better or for worse. And so let's get going here. We're actually going to start in California. We're going to start with Avengers Campus, which I think, honestly, has got to be, at this point, the most anticipated edition of the year. This will be home to the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, also known as WEB, which will house a new Spider-Man experience, the first Disney ride-through attraction to feature the iconic superhero, but not the first theme park ride to feature the iconic superhero, of course. During an open house at WEB, the aspiring inventors are excited to invite you for a test drive of their latest invention, the Web Slinger vehicle. You know, that big toaster-looking thing, which allows you to sling webs just like Spider-Man. There it is. You could shoot him right in the bum. Shoot him.
Watch your mouth.
The attraction gives you a taste of what it's like to have actual superpowers. You help Spider-Man collect the spider bots that have run amok. Avengers Campus will also feature the Pim Test Kitchen, just as Ant-Man and the Wasp use Pim particles to grow and shrink just about anything. Pim Technologies is using the latest innovations to grow and shrink food at this eatery. You'll also find heroic encounters throughout the campus, including Black Widow, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, superheroes from Wakanda and Asgard, and Iron Man. As superheroes continue to assemble at the campus, one of its iconic buildings will be the Avengers headquarters, where you should be on the lookout for the Avengers in action. And when it's time to take a break from the heroics, 3 new dining spots will be available. They're Pim Test Kitchen, just as Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, I spread that already. They like to reuse these things over and over in these press releases. You'll be able to taste test such item as the Impossible plant-based large. That is not the food, by the way. Don't eat that, kids. No. That's the cover of my rap album. The guys with their arms crossed. At that. No, they're somewhere. I gave you food photos. No. Well, show me the Pim Test Kitchen, the inside, somewhere in there. That's the outside. That's fine.
What a novel way to give people less food.
Wow. Why didn't we just say we shrunk it? I do like that the menu board is a big cell phone.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like it's a flip phone even. Someone's like old flip phone. You'll be able to eat the Impossible plant-based large and micro meatballs with pasta, the Pim-ini, the panini, served by slice or as a long multi-portion sandwich. There's also that giant chicken sandwich, which I was accidentally served at Cosmic Rays. They'll have it too. The one where the chicken's 8 times the size of the bun.
They call that the Art Smith's homecoming sandwich, don't they?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it served maskless? Disneyland Resort Culinary Director John State declares, "We are shrinking problems and growing solutions." The ceiling evokes a quantum tunnel, and just below you can watch as a conveyor belt of tantalizing Bavarian pretzels go from regular size to ginormous. How ginormous, you ask? Well, they're served warm right out of the oven. These pretzels weigh approximately 360 grams and are perfect for sharing.
Who's Googling, like, how heavy is 360 grams?
Pim Test... Not the guys out in the back of this building. Yeah. Pim Test Kitchen plot.
I don't want to brag, but I lost 500 grams.
Pim Test Kitchen relies on the same technology that Ant-Man and it's the same sentence again. How many times is it in this? Oh, boy. Adjacent to Pim Test Kitchen, an oversized beer can overhead signals that grown-up beverage tastings are available at the Pim Tasting Lab. Adults can order a craft beer ranging from blood orange Hefeweizen to an amber lager to try one of the Pim research staff's Pim particle-infused cocktail experiments. That's what they call them at Tony's, too, cocktail experiments. Next, the Avengers have invited the crew of their favorite shawarma joint in New York at the Shawarma Palace, opening a second location at the campus. Enjoy favorite shawarma-inspired snacks at this food cart, which is decked out with memorabilia since the shawarma place has huge Avengers fans. And lastly, Tanalir Tavan, the collector, did not limit his collection to lovable misfits. He also curated a weird and wonderful menu of intergalactic eats at the Terran Treats food cart near Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. That'll have churros, but they're circular, so they're just wrapped around each other. It's like a churro cookie kind of thing. Yeah. Web Suppliers is a store where you'll find the latest web inventions. Now you can show those kids playing with things. Find the latest web inventions, including interactive spider bots, much like the one that we have a video of on our website already. We don't have that one, but we have the Spider-Man one. You can see us play around with right here on our YouTube channel. Web Suppliers features items such as beaker-inspired mugs, toothpick holders, notepads, trading pins, patches, and more. It's also home to a version of spider bots that go haywire in Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure, but promises without the ability to replicate. They make wonderful and friendly sidekicks. Each spider bot has a remote control, and all 8 articulated legs move forward and backward. Best of all, you can tap into your inner web inventor by customizing your spider bot with technical upgrades to harness the powers of your favorite superheroes, including Black Panther, Iron Man, and Black Widow, as well as Ant-Man and the Wasp. Other must-have items include a specially designed backpack to carry spider bots in when they're not in action. You know, it's a backpack. Spider-Man light goggles, which I need. Show those. I need these. These light goggles. A take-home Spiderweb kit and Funko Pop vinyl figures of Spider-Man and Iron Man exclusive.
I need them.
To the land. Those Spider-Man light goggles have 17 unique expressions, all of them shocked at donut prices.
I get that.
They also carry Spider-Man action figure that interacts with the spider bots, web shooters with authentic light and sound. You're looking at those now. And a kit that enables you to make your very own Gamma Goo. You know,
Hard pass.
Wow.
the Gamma, there it is, the Gamma Goo. I remember there was a Karnak joke about Gamma Goo, I think.
Keep moving.
At one point. Nearby, the campus supply pod, or resistance supply, remember the same thing, probably painted differently, will have official Avengers Campus gear, including performance fleece hoodies like Old Navy, tees, headwear, drinkware, and other superhero supplies. Oh, look at that. That is the finest Target shirt I've ever seen. That's great. One for everyone in the family, a generic Avengers shirt. We've really gone all out. Do note that the opening of the land applies only to Phase 1. Phase 2, if it ever happens, will include that Avengers e-ticket. There's concept art with that big gray building in the background, if you go to that one. The Avengers e-ticket that was announced at the expo is scheduled. Not that one. That's the one without it. And then if you look for the other one, there's one with it. Nope. We broke it. There it is. The one with they found a way to theme the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind building for this one. So there it is with the theme. The theme being a pair of lights and a big A. We've done it. That's if that ever happens. Obviously with COVID, who knows if that'll ever actually get built. But we do know the Phase 1 will actually open when Disneyland Resort reopens, whenever that might be. Thoughts on the Avengers Campus?
Wolf, come on. I know you're
I
ready.
I love it.
You love it?
He does have his Avengers
I
shirt
love
on,
it.
yeah.
I can't wait. I need merch. Except that Target T-shirt. I got this one. This one's a lot
The
better.
merch is the only stuff I'm excited for.
I,
And Pim Test Kitchen. That's the other.
Pim Test
Hard
Kitchen.
disagree.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so I would like to at least write it. But also, I've mentioned on the show, either here or Geekly Kingdom, I am not a fan of rides that I need to, like, I can't enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know what the heck is happening, like, I just want to enjoy the ride. And that was my big thing with Millennium Falcon. So I was like, I don't want to be doing this. And then my score and my ride also, like, depends on other people that are in the same ship. I'm like, no. Let me just ride it. But Spider-Man, like, I don't know.
Like, do you not like?
But, like, that one is only 2 people. And if you don't do well,
Yeah.
it doesn't affect me.
The weird point to this is, first time I went to Tokyo and Spencer was there, I was like, oh, I want to ride Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek. He's like, I hate that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you got to do the flashlight. So he doesn't like to do the flashlight thing. So I told him, just leave the flashlight in the holder.
Yeah.
And then we go through, he comes on and he goes, that is a really good ride. I was like, well, that's because you're not busy looking at things with the flashlight. So there are some rides where kind of, this is an AR ride though, right? So it's going to be a lot of it is screen-based in front of you. So I don't know how much there will be to see if you're not.
Correct.
doing this for 10 minutes?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Again, huge Spider-Man fan, so I'm good with it. But yeah, no, I'm excited, and I hope we get Phase 2 from this. Like,
I mean, that's the ride I want to see. Yeah,
yeah, that Phase 2 ride is the that'll be great.
Yeah.
I like the spider bots. You can get those now. You don't have to wait, right?
Yeah,
I need to get
The
one.
spider bots and Stuntronic robots.
Yeah, we didn't talk
about that.
I
Stuntronic
think Lauren
robots.
has the video.
That's literally what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those unaware, they're going to launch a Spider-Man robot over your head. This is pretty insane. Until this falls on something, this is going to be great.
It's over a building, so it doesn't matter.
I want to so bad be the
But
person
they've been showing
hits.
this for like 3 years. This is, to me, the most exciting thing about
It's
this.
crazy. Like the R&D guys are endlessly talented. The stuff they come up with.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, Disneyland.
What's that? I don't know.
Anyway, those are the two things that I'm most excited about.
pretty-
And I can get a
that's-
spider bot now on eBay probably.
You just ask at Disneyland.
Just ask.
Yeah, I was like, what? Just ask someone.
They'll be happy to get it. I want to do the customized ones though. So I have the blue and red, but I want like the. It's cool to see the ones that are themed. I think the merchandise team did a cool job. I like the beakers and all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. I like that there's exclusive stuff. They like They didn't just. We're not just going to sell a bunch of Funko Pops that exist.
Correct.
Be careful, be
We're
careful.
going to do special
No,
ones.
no, no. I'm
Special
excited.
ones.
I'm excited
Be
for
nice.
the special one because
Right?
it
Because
is.
you would get the other ones anywhere. Who
Yeah,
cares, right?
you can get the other ones anywhere
Yeah.
if they actually, because the Disney exclusive ones, like Disneyland exclusive Funko Pops, you can buy them here. You know, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Which I kind of like. I'm like,
I'm sure they'll send them here, but
yeah, but at least you can buy them only at Disney.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that's exciting about that.
That's one of the like biggest peeves that I have. I mean, I have a couple peeves, obviously, about like the way that Walt Disney World has been like heading lately. But one of my big ones is that all of these shops that you used to find, like you could only get this entire group of merchandise at this store in this park.
Yeah.
And you could not find all of this merchandise almost anywhere else. Like maybe World of Disney, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now all
Not
of a
even the whole
sudden-
collection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So now all of these things, and I hope that they don't do this again with the Marvel stuff. I can picture it happening because it just keeps happening over and over again. But I feel very hopeful about that.
California's been better about it.
Yeah.
If we look through the years,
Yeah.
Cars Land stuff has never left Cars Land.
Tell me about it.
And that's the thing is like every 3 to 6 months there's a whole new line.
Yeah.
And it never shows up in the front of that park. You have to go to Cars Land, which is
Yeah.
great. Galaxy's Edge stuff at Disneyland at least stayed back there, which was nice. But here, Pandora,
sport.
we said, oh, Pandora,
Yeah.
we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
We did it. Star Wars, we're not going to do it. We did it when we even
Yeah.
put it online.
Yeah.
And put 2 stores at Disney Springs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Right?
that's
Like,
a shame. Like, why these product people worked so hard and you just threw their stuff out everywhere, so it doesn't feel, when you go into the land, it doesn't feel special.
Yep.
Like, that's,
Yeah,
Cars
no.
Land has been, from top to bottom, always been everything done right about the themed land experience.
Might be
The
the
food
greatest
is
land of
actually
all time.
only there. I think it is the best land
yeah.
they've done.
I
The food is
second that.
actually only there. The merchandise is actually only there. The rides are great. Like from top to bottom, the
Greatest
land,
land of all
they
time.
did everything right. And Pandora's only weakness, I think, is the fact that they like after 3 weeks were like, put the stuff in Discovery Island. A Banshee store at World of or at a Once Upon a Toy.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stupidity. But clearly in California, like the land didn't open, so they opened an Avengers store at downtown Disney, which I understand. Like people want to buy this stuff, let them buy it. But when the land opens, send it back. And also, they didn't put out a lot, right? They put out like 6 or 7 things, which I'm like, okay. You
And I've
put
been
out a
surprised that we haven't gotten any of it.
Oh, it's
I
cool,
am
though.
sure Disneyland would like to keep that
Yeah.
stuff to themselves.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
excited
I
about. The
would
fact
think.
that I can't buy it here.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm like, oh
Well,
yeah.
that's the
should
fun
have
part
to
of
go,
Pandora.
yeah.
I mean, bring up Pandora, like
Yeah.
when the Banshee sold out the first run, the second run, the third
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
People were waiting for at the Rookery, and you got to like
Yeah.
adopt a Banshee.
Yeah.
Now you just pull that box out at on the way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, just
on the
anywhere,
parking lot.
yeah.
It
It's
felt
it's not the
special,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Savi's lightsaber is still special because you have to go do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but otherwise everything else in that land is now just it's hoard out to everywhere else. So you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
As a
boy.
huge Marvel fan, and I say this seeing 4 Marvel movies,
Which 4 Marvel movies?
in order:
The green
Black
guy.
Panther, Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
But
Not bad movies. Like, not bad movies to
What are the
only
bad
watch.
ones other than the first 2 Thors?
I did hear
Ragnarok?
everyone said bad.
no.
What are you
Everyone said I should watch that. Everyone said I would like
Oh,
Ragnarok.
get out of here!
Nah.
Is it funny? Honestly, my favorite part
Ragnarok
of Endgame,
is
spoiler
fantastic.
alert, my favorite part of Endgame was the dad bod Thor. Like, that was
Yeah.
the greatest.
No, it's
There,
fair.
it was just nice to see someone who, like, looked like me.
Yeah.
Iron Man,
Ragnarok has
Iron Man
Jeff
3.
Goldblum.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
Iron Man 3's kind of. I like Iron Man 2. I know most people don't,
Yes.
but I also like The World's Fair, so that's why I like Iron Man 2.
Thor Deep Impact was sort of a disappointment.
So, speaking for everyone who is a same Marvel level fan as me, is that this land just seems exciting. Because so for me, like, it's kind of like Galaxy's Edge, where I have only seen 2 Star Wars movies and now all of The Mandalorian.
Yay.
But I just love giant set pieces and I love the fanfare. So, like, I don't get excited for merch. I know you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's something for everybody. For me, it was that robotic, because, like, you've been seeing it and people have been talking
Yeah.
about it. I just love how the Disney company used to, like, move technology forward. So to see this,
Yeah.
to see that,
See them actually do
to
something.
see them actually do
new.
that and have it come to life. We've been
Yeah.
watching this preview of a robot flying through the air for the last 5 years, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And to see it actually come to
In
life.
an era where we got nothing we were promised for Galaxy's Edge, the fact that we're getting a Spider-Man that flies through the air is pretty
Right?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and any kind of new ride system that's not a copycat from another park, any new ride I get excited about. So those are, I would say, is like, you know, someone who's like, I may not understand the entire land, but to see that and to see a new ride would be exciting for me.
The ride just
It's-
seems kind of lame, though.
It does. It, no, it
Like,
actually,
because
Yeah.
you picked Spider-Man, right? And I know, because people love Spider-Man. That's my favorite
like
Marvel hero. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I kiss
But at the
upside
same
down.
time, like, the world has had 21 years to see the Spider-Man ride at Universal. And you're choosing to go up against the one thing they did right. You're choosing to go up against this one ride that they did really, really
They did
well.
so good
Yeah.
with that, right?
And that's everyone's standard, right?
Yep.
So if this doesn't equal
Yeah.
3D Spider-Man ride at Universal, like everyone's just gonna walk and be like, that's the second best Spider-Man ride I've ever been
Yup.
on.
Out of 2.
And I tend to believe that the screen-based Spider-Man ride shoved into the it's tough to be a bug theater building is somehow not going to be this amazing life-changing thing. It somehow strikes me
right.
that it won't be this great. Like, and the other stuff, I think the food and beverage team did a great job. I think the merch looks fun. I think the entertainment looks good, mostly because of the robot. But like, you're gonna have the Doctor Strange thing, which I thought the Doctor Strange show they like tested it at Hollywood Studios a couple years ago
yeah.
was super fun. Kids loved it. It was a great little show. Like, I think your other little pieces are great, but you have to stop opening these half-baked lands. You have to stop opening things in phases. Like, we're gonna wait 5 years from now for a second attraction in this land. It's gonna have one ride. It has more merchandise and food and beverage than it does things to do.
Yep.
Which is a bad business
Yes.
model, which I thought they would have learned after Paul Pressler built New Tomorrowland at Disneyland, and it was mostly eating and shopping.
Well, that's what the whole advertisement was. I mean, how many paragraphs just
Yeah.
pertained to this one Pim place?
Yeah. I mean, I will tell you, that's the thing I'm most excited for is the Pim Test Kitchen. I think you should try to have fun with stuff. And I think Galaxy's Edge doesn't have fun with Star Wars. There's nowhere where I feel like they had fun with the source material. And then I look at this and I'm like, Ant-Man and the Wasp restaurant, like the pretzels are going on the conveyor, and then you see them in the back and they're this big, and there's that movement, and it's adventure through inner space, but in a restaurant. Like, that's cool to me. You're doing something interesting with a counter service. I like that. I like
That's
when you
what-
don't
so
just do
for
Docking
me-
Bay 7 and I'm sitting with a bunch of crates
Yeah.
eating a salad. Like, it's not what I want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it should be experience first, and then let that
There
hype
it
build.
is.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look
Yeah.
at this. The right out of the movie. What do they call it? Is it a particle accelerator? Whatever the thing
Yes.
is.
What's a movie?
Oh my god.
And the pretzels are gonna come through it like smaller or bigger. Like I think that's so cool. I love it.
Here's
And
your
what-
rolled gold, sir.
What going with what Pete said, like the fact that I think, like I'm a huge Marvel fan, but the fact that I think
same.
this land will appeal to like people like you that might not know the movies as much. They're keeping all these characters. They're keeping, everything.
It's not connected to the movies
Correct.
either. The snap never happened.
So it's awesome.
The beauty is, and I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
no.
but the beauty of like when Pandora opened was you didn't have to see Avatar. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful land.
Yes.
You could go on the rides. You didn't have to see the movies, and you could still experience this beautiful land. And it was the experience. So you go home and you tell your friends and family about it.
And the beauty of Galaxy. Oh, damn it.
Thanks for watching.
What happened? Doesn't the Emperor come back? Who's this guy? What?
No, but that's my thing. Is that like you shouldn't have to have background, and obviously coming from someone who doesn't see a million movies, I'm just a little behind, catching up. It should be enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's about experiences, and like that's what makes you fall in love. Like even rides that they eventually turn into movies, but rides that are just standalone rides from back in the day, people buy a ton of merch because the experience holds a special place in your heart,
Yes.
and that's the whole deal. So like, I just hope it has that factor.
Yeah.
That's my big deal.
I was gonna say, I'm a big fan of the Muppets, and so I'm really, really excited about this mug that they're gonna have at the gift shop, the Beaker Mug. So I'm really looking forward to going to California and getting that.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
The Beaker Mug.
Hey, Muppets parroting things is
That's
what
the
I
hardest
love
effort
most.
Lori laughed
I leave, but we're bolted
Jonas
to the
joke.
seats.
It's worth the 12 hours of flight.
at. Biggest reaction. We spend hours writing all
good.
these jokes.
Too good.
You're welcome.
As soon as she said Muppets, I was like, what?
Yeah,
Where is
I was
this
like,
going?
I was like, where's she
corny
going?
joke is coming.
Don't sleep on Miss Allison.
Right? For sure.
Yeah, that Phase 2 ride just sounds so cool, and to open a land and have to wait. Like, imagine Galaxy's Edge open and we had to wait 5 years for Rise. Wasn't what we went through with that bad enough? Like, imagine 5 years. We're going to stare at this building, be like, I'd like to go in there.
When do we actually wait? 5 weeks?
For Rise?
When?
Well,
For a boarding
Florida,
group?
we waited 4 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August, end of August, yeah. Hey, three months basically. California, they waited like 6, 7 now. But yeah, it's gonna be. I don't agree with opening lands half baked. I know Chapek's thing is rushing things into happening. Like Pixar Pier was the test for that. How quickly could we do something that makes a difference in the bottom line? I don't know. I hope it succeeds. This is at this point a stronger franchise than Star Wars. More people at this point, I think, love this stuff. I think Marvel's been more consistent in their quality in the last several years, and it just seems like the Marvel people maybe aren't as stingy as the Lucasfilm people. They're not like poking WDI like, you better do this,
Yeah.
you better do it, and they're just like, you guys do whatever, it's
Yeah.
fine.
But it's having fun, like you said. It's just having fun with the characters, with
You
with
take
everything.
your source. It's a theme park, so at some points you should think, what is fun about this?
Yeah.
Eric,
And
how do
I
you
think at
have
the very
DC
least-
versus Marvel.
At the very least, someone was like,
I just wanted to trigger him. No, I'm sorry.
it'd be fun to sling webs. It'd be fun if, like, you're shrinking and growing food.
You guys,
And, like, I don't know. At least they thought of fun ideas.
you guys can hear my rant on my Instagram.
What happened?
When I say DC Comics to Eric, it's like you telling me Epcot Forever is a good fire. Like, it's just a trigger.
You don't like DC at all?
I like Batman. That is it.
See, that was the thing. Like, I didn't pick a side as a kid. Like, I was super into Batman. I was super into Spider-Man. I was very
Yeah.
much into both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
like,
both had underoos.
But not Dunkaroo.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know the difference between.
but
We can
yeah.
move on. I mean,
Honestly, I've been saving all my energy for Snow White's Enchanted Wish. So can we talk about it?
Let's do it.
You know, Let's talk about Snow White's Enchanted Wish. You can play the video with no sound behind me if you'd like. There we go. Imagineers have updated this classic Fantasyland attraction with state-of-the-art audio and visual technology, including new music, LED blacklighting, laser projections, and a new animation system as the attraction brings to life Snow White's Happily Ever After. As seen in the video, we get a new and improved Seven Dwarfs cottage scene with beautiful dancing figures of Snow White and Dopey. Smellitzers have the scent of ducks, delicious baked apple pie wafting through the scene. Vibrant new shadow projections bring to life the dwarfs as they march happily off to work with the mine in the mine singing hi-ho. The most dazzling scene is the mine, which sparkles with shimmers with lighting effects and glittering jewels all around. If you recall how dark this scene was, this upgrade is definitely a welcome one. Finally, we see the Happily Ever After scene where Snow White is brought back to life by the prince, filled with sparkling light effects and butterfly projections. So that's great, right? Like, look at this. This is a new figure they built, and it looks right at home. It's very pretty. It's very well done. That I love. You know what I don't love? Projections.
Yeah.
This is a Fantasyland dark ride. You're going to put a bunch of screens in here? This is not an interior that's made for this, right? Like that looks so out of place. Like that looks great. You can make new figures. They look great. You did a good job.
That's cool.
It's very cool. I get it. It's a figure and you put like the effects so the eyes move. It's beautiful. The animation's pretty, but I don't know how I feel about touching this, removing the witch and making it all happy, and I don't know.
Pinocchio is way scarier.
Yeah.
They were trying to take a scary ride away.
If they touch Pinocchio, so help me. Look at that. They turned like the witch's like lair into like Snow White's apartment.
Yeah.
Snow White's dorm room is there now.
And they said it's a dancing Snow White. It's literally a statue of Snow White spinning around on a turntable.
Yeah, but it's dark ride style,
Yeah.
right? Like it matches.
But I
the
just think
older
if you're going to
figures.
try to modernize like a charming old dark ride, you have to be careful with how you do this.
She looks on model with like the movie.
Yeah, I
the
think she
White
looks good.
Figure. I think it looks good. I'm glad they did new figures. I am like the fact that they replaced a bunch of physical stuff with projections makes me sad. It's a Fantasyland dark ride. It's an opening day. And I know she likes to go on the video and be like, they actually rebuilt the whole ride in '83. It doesn't give you the right to fundamentally change what the ride is. Like, the witch shouldn't be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
Do kids just want to go on these rides and just see characters smiling? Is that what kids want? Not what I wanted as a kid. I don't know. That's not what I expected out of those rides. What makes a good movie? Conflict, right? Like, let's remember the worst stage show in the history of Disney parks is Cinderellabration, because it's literally just people smiling for 20 minutes. Nothing happens.
Are you not counting the Star Wars fashion show?
That also nothing happens in that either.
That was worse.
You're right.
That was worse.
I don't disagree.
Hey.
Cinderellabration
Merry
was
Christmas.
worse.
Thanks, Mom.
I love Text Me Merry Christmas.
Cinderellabration was worse. What are
I
oh,
love Text Me Merry Christmas.
that's not from that show. I love that. Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration. I love that show. Clarabelle singing All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh, that's great. I'm just talking about the one song.
I like the cell phone song. I don't care. I like it.
I like the one that
I did like the scary ride, and
like the original.
where a kid could go
Come out
and
with giant
Hold on,
iPhone
Pete's not-
15s. They're iPads. They're like, it's the iPhone 8. Like, what?
no, until now a kid could go here and get scared by the witch and walk right across the way to Mr. Toad and go to hell at the end of the ride, and it teaches them about life a little bit. And I feel like we're making life a little bit too friendly for them.
What are they
I don't
gonna,
know. I like the
if
scary
this
stuff.
happened to Snow White, what's going to happen to Toad, right?
He's not going to go to hell anymore.
Toad's not going to exist.
Yeah.
They're going to close Mr. Toad. There's no way he's going to survive. Not this regime. If this regime continues, there's no way. What are they going to do to Pinocchio? Like the whale
honest,
doesn't exist? Like they replaced the whale with like Cleo like smiling at you, the fish comes out of the
It
bowl.
would cost money to change Mr. Toad's. So we
They're
might
changing
have a
this, and
chance.
this didn't need it. But a lot of quintessential stuff, right? Like, we don't know that the Queen is up in the window anymore, which is like this
Yeah.
quintessential
No,
thing
that's a
from
big deal.
from the '83
I love
redo.
That's a big deal.
And it's a thing that still today people are buying. Oh, that's cool.
Jetpack actually turned off the light in Walt's apartment just to save money. So, I mean, I'm not...
Someone in the chat, Dawn said she went to a children's theater with Snow White a few years ago, and they changed Dopey's name to Friendly.
He served an ice cream with the cone on the top and a face.
Bradley.
Annoyed. What were the names then? Slightly disgruntled, drowsy,
Misunderstood.
PhD.
Empathy. Is it empathy? No, it's empathy.
Wow. I don't know. How does anyone else feel about this? I don't know.
I don't really feel strongly about this. I mean, I like it scary, but
You're changing the DNA of rides that have been
Yeah.
there since 1955.
I mean, that's the part I don't like. But in the end, it's not. There's a lot of more other things to be like upset
That's what I
about.
was gonna say. Is that like I don't care that much.
Right.
But like, why do we put so much time and energy into something that didn't
It's-
have to be changed?
Yeah.
It's more like
Yeah.
Death by
So
a
many
Thousand
other rides
paper cuts.
It's like who?
that I would update or change before Snow
Yeah.
White.
Well, we did a puppet show on this, and what we arrived at was that Bob Chapek wrote it and was scared and was like, "Change this! She came out of a boat."
I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like.
Like,
I don't know.
it wasn't
It's
on the list of
weird.
priorities. Is the only thing for me. Like,
It's a weird update.
Yeah.
It
Is it-
wasn't the Fantasyland ride that most needed an update either.
Did they like? Were people saying that this is too scary for our kids? Was that the
It's been
thing?
open for 65 years.
Like, were people saying that? Like,
Braden,
was that-
Caden, Jaden, and Aiden were really scared on this ride. I'm writing a strongly worded letter.
Oh my
was there some
God.
kind of thing? Like,
Are they
were
just
the
not
kids-
riding Mr. Toad? Like, I don't know.
but also maybe like on that same level, like you might be right where like new parents are like, oh, it's scary adventures. We can take our kids on this. But you need rides at Disneyland that not everybody goes on.
That's right.
Everything is so crowded. Like you need a ride that's like for the people who don't know, don't take your kids on this.
Yeah.
Movie. Like you need some low wait time rides.
Yes.
Everything is crowded at Disneyland. So if your kid can't handle Snow
Not
White's scary
anymore.
adventures, now that it's like a magical wish,
Yeah, who knows how many.
like it's gonna be a debacle.
You
Gavin Newsom's gonna blow his top on opening
This is
day.
why he won't let Disneyland open. He saw this. He's
Is
like,
that's the reason. You have a diverse audience. You have to diversify your attractions, your food, your merchandise. You want to appeal to as many people as possible, and that's what you do. You diversify things.
There's a
Disney-
difference
Disney's still
between
learning.
diversification
I hate saying that.
and simplification.
Yes.
Right? Those are two different things. I am strongly against dumbing down the theme park experience, right? Because
I
as
agree.
it's existed, like Joe Idaho, who came in for the day,
Which is a nice guy.
because his family dragged him, doesn't care. He's going to get his fun. He's going to go on Space Mountain, Indiana Jones. He's not going to look at anything around. He's just going to be like, oh, the car threw me around. That was fun. And then people like us can go, and while getting thrown around by the car, can be like, oh, that's really cool how they did that. Look at that. Did you notice that thing in the background? Did you notice this? You know, there should be a complexity. And I think even for rides that are built for kids, the kids have seen the movie, right? The movie's not going to change.
Sure.
The witch will still be in the movie. So I think it's way more disingenuous to give people this ride, which for me, I understand as a kid, like in some cases I was introduced to an attraction before I was introduced to a movie. So sometimes the attraction is the gateway to
Story
the
of my life.
movie. Same for you. Sometimes it's the gateway. And if the ride doesn't represent the movie well, then I watch the movie and I'm like, well, what is this, right? I can't imagine if Star Tours just had like, if we just happily went through space and nothing happened, it was just a flight, and they come out and they give you like pretzels, it's just a flight to Endor.
get a
Like, I wouldn't have watched Star Wars then as a kid, so I just think kids are going to see us and be like, I love that. And mom's going to be like, all right, we'll buy the movie, or we'll watch the movie on Disney Plus when we go home. And they watch it like, there's a witch! No one told me! Like, that doesn't represent the film. It doesn't represent the source material, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird decision, and I feel like they're gonna come for every other Fantasyland dark ride. I don't know. I'm not happy. I'm never happy with anything, is what we'll learn.
Like,
I
I'm
don't think
okay.
there's anything on this list I want.
I'm okay with
Let's
like
talk about
updating.
an original idea.
You know.
You know,
Is there one on this list?
is there more? Does anyone have anything more on Snow White?
No.
You know.
He's gonna be sorry.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. The attraction was announced in March of 2013 at your Oh,
Oh.
kill the sound. We don't have our own video of this. We're going to show someone else's video. It was announced in March of 2013 at the Euro Disney annual shareholder meeting for its construction at Disneyland Paris, which was completed in June of 2014. It opened on June 21st of that year, inaugurated by Bob Iger. The attraction officially opened to the public on July 10th of 2014. On July 15th of 2017, Disney Parks announced, after we announced it, that the attraction would be coming to Epcot's France Pavilion in 2020. As of January 2021, the opening date for the attraction is still unknown. And in all their marketing materials, they'll only show you the fridge scene. It's as if they don't want you to see the rest of this thing. I have already, everyone knows my feelings on this ride. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, you're seeing it right there. You're seeing all my problems with this attraction right there. That big black floor. I'm supposed to believe I'm on the roof of this building. And
it's a big black floor.
Yeah.
Look at it everywhere. Yeah. In the big black
floor. I'm supposed to believe I'm falling. Nothing's moved, but I'm supposed to believe I'm falling.
Can I just say it looks like
those turkey legs.
It just seems like this has taken way too long. Like, I realized we were closed for a while, but
this opened 7 years ago in France.
Yeah, and this building has looked like it's been done for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, in actuality,
how much set do they have to dress inside?
That still would have been 6 years after Paris, and this wasn't even like a huge success there. It opened in the worst park they've ever built. Yeah. This was the best attraction in the worst Disney park on earth.
What are you talking about? Paris?
Walt Disney Studios Paris is by and large the worst Disney park ever built.
I thought you were about
no, I mean now.
By and large is Wally.
Well, that's the thing. There's nothing to do at Epcot right now, really. So.
That's not true. You watch
attractions.
I mean, it's good that they're adding a ride to Epcot. I'm for that. And look at this fridge scene. This is why I hate this ride, because the fridge scene is pretty. The fridge scene is very cool. And then you come back out to this, right?
Oh, there's the floor.
Just feels like if you really did this with like the full money you could, if you really built as much of this physically as you could, how cool could this ride have been? It's more of a resentment of what could have been than what was necessarily done. Because what was done is probably a fine Fantasyland dark ride, right?
Well, it was Remy's Scary Adventures, but they changed it.
Now you just watch him cook broccoli.
All right, so let's do pros and cons, right? Pros, there's more things to do at Epcot. It eats up some people.
Yeah.
That's a pro. Con, this is the only thing that bothers me. This and Tron is, I just don't like the copycat rides. I miss originality. That's why I love Disney, is the originality. So, not a fan of the copycat. To be honest, I'd rather save money and fly to Paris to experience something cool there than just have it here at Epcot. Put something else there. I mean, that's just me.
To quote The Incredibles, if everyone is super, no one is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If you don't allow individual properties to have things that belong to themselves, you take away any thought of anyone to travel anywhere else. And I know people are like, well, I'm never going to go to Paris. Well, it's not meant for you. It's meant for people from that region who generally go to Disney World to begin with, to give them a reason to actually travel to the Disney resort that's near them. You know, not everything has to be for us, right? I live in Florida. Would I like to have Mystic Manor here? Yes, but then I'm never going to give a cent to Hong Kong.
That's what I'm saying. If all the rides in California were here in Orlando, then I have no motivation to go to California.
Yep.
And it was super exciting and amazing for me, literally to make that trip. So, I don't know, for me, that's why I'm a little upset by, this and Tron and other stuff like that.
They should be their own competition, right?
More people will go.
The best competition would be the 6 Disney resorts competing against each other to draw people. Yeah. That's what I think. You create your own competition. No one else can compete with you to begin with.
I am happy they didn't, replace some other attraction with this. So, it's new.
What?
I'm going to make the point that we're not even getting the best part of this ride.
We're not. I was going to wait till we turn the corner. So I've said this a million times. My favorite part of the experience is Chez Remy, which is the restaurant you're seeing through the window there. That will not exist here. Chez Remy is everything I wanted from the ride. It's these big, giant sets. You sit between giant plates, and there's literally seats that are just corks. and the tables are sardine can lids.
Fine,
and
I'll go to Paris.
the restaurant is magical, and all I can think about sitting in the restaurant was, if the ride was this, I would think it's the most charming, awesome thing. Why isn't the ride just me traveling through an oversized world, right? Like, that would be so
I got a
cool.
question for you.
It would be
because
cool to eat
you've
during
ridden
a
it.
ride, to have like a table and eat during a ride. I would love a 60-minute.
Go to SeaWorld, you can do whatever you want.
I was there Sunday and it was insane. Anyway,
Since you've written it, where does this take place? Does it take place in the middle of the
kitchen.
movie?
Oh, at what point?
timeline?
They
Why
didn't even
Timeline?
establish how you shrink.
Yeah, we need to know
You
about.
just walk into a theater and suddenly the walls are big.
wait.
Is it
doesn't
Ratatouille
what's-his-face
canon?
show up? Who's the
Is
guy
Because like,
in the Aviator Gin commercials from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Rick Moranis?
Yes, doesn't Rick Moranis start the ride?
No,
Oh.
he doesn't. He doesn't. Even like, I love Bistro Chez Remy, but you literally walk in the lobby and then suddenly you're like, it's a Parisian storefront, and open the door and everything's big, and I'm like, okay.
I'm kind of lost. I just don't understand when
I
this
love
ride
this
takes place.
movie, and
Because
so
like
it's
I
sad.
understand,
Me too, actually.
I understand the restaurant. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the movie, he has a restaurant. Get
You
that?
go to the restaurant, yeah.
Got that? Cool. But when does this even
How do you
take
have a
place?
movie all about food and not have a restaurant?
When does
literally
Toy
it's
Story
insane.
Land take place?
Well,
You
that's,
also
that's
have
the other
Tiny
confusing
Jesse
thing.
and Big Jesse and Tiny Woody and Big
That's
Woody.
the other confusing thing. Yes. So
Nothing makes sense.
I think it's a big Pixar problem,
That's
but whatever.
In life, you have Tiny Woody and Big Woody, but I'm saying is Ratatouille is a movie based about food.
Yeah.
How do you not have a restaurant? Like, this is like...
Yeah.
oh,
Because
the
you have a
easiest-
pavilion where you have an exclusive deal with a third-party company to do all the food, and they didn't want to run a rat restaurant. And so they built a creperie.
But next door, you can have rat pizza.
Pizza Rat.
It's not next door.
I mean,
So bad.
I think it's different people.
Sorry.
so easy.
Might be different people.
Yeah,
Might
I don't
be-
know. It, like I
don't know.
said, like, and the thing I've said since I saw it in Paris was I've looked at anyone that's asked me about it, I look at them, I go, but it's going to be successful because these, I don't know a nicer way to say it, these idiots don't know any better.
No, it's not idiots.
So these families are going to go and be like, that was so cute, oh my God.
No, I don't think it's idiots, but that's why I say it's good for us. Like, we'll go ride it like 1, 2, 3 times when there's like less than a 10-minute
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
We'll go
yeah.
on it as locals. But once we do it
Yeah, I'm
once,
going to be like, should I ride
then we're
this
done.
or
And let
Beauty
them-
and the Beast sing along?
Like, let them eat people.
I mean,
and then we'll just go.
Next.
they don't eat people in
That's why
Ratatouille.
there's alcohol at Epcot.
Oh, I saw a different movie. Oh no, but it's
The crepe, I'm
again,
excited for the creperie.
Yeah.
when it
creperie
rains,
will be
now
cool.
people have something to do besides just like walking away from test tracks.
Again, I agree with building rides. I wish someone would have been like, for Paris, the resort was nearly bankrupt. We built the best we could. We spent $270 million there, which was a huge investment for them and something they desperately needed. Walt Disney World is not Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris has struggled since opening day. Yeah. We are instead the flagship that makes the most money. We couldn't improve this ride. We couldn't ask an Imagineer to be like, why don't we do like one more physical scene? Why don't we try to fix the floor thing? Could we do this one other thing? Maybe we build one Remy animatronic. Something that makes the ride, like fixes the things that budgetarily you literally didn't have the money to do in Paris, because they didn't. They didn't have any more money. So I understand where they're coming from. We don't have that excuse, right? Like that's the problem.
I hate projections too, but in the one case where I'd be okay with it is why not? You're right. We've mastered projection technology at this point.
Yeah.
We saw the Disney Castle this year, and I've said that a lot of people got mad at me about this. I think it was better than the icicle lights this year. The castle with projections was better than the icicle lights. There's no crane going up, crane going down. I know it's controversial. What I'm saying is, why couldn't we have put projections on the ground for Ratatouille? Like, at least make it seem like you're not just riding around on a black floor.
Do a curved wall. And,
Like, again, if you're going to do projections,
You're
do
not
it all
wrong.
the way. Don't
I
quit.
agree with that.
You could project on the floor.
Why
yeah.
not? How hard is it to paint the floor white? You have to track this ride system.
Yeah.
Again, like, if you're going to do it, again, I'm not promoting
It's easier to
projections.
just take the blueprints and slightly alter them and plop
So
it
that's
down
my
on the
beef, is
ground.
that I think that's where, again, we're not trying to better, and that's why I love, like I said, with Spider-Man and the West Coast, this is something brand new you've never seen, and that's what I miss. I want to see brand new things I've never seen.
I've got something new you've never seen.
Tell me about it.
Harmonious.
Harmonious!
It is one of the largest nighttime spectaculars ever created for a Disney park. The show is a beautifully crafted dreamscape. I like when Disney just says, like,
It's one of-
this is how you're going to feel.
Adjective,
It's a
adjective,
beautifully
adjective.
crafted dreamscape of Disney music and images reimagined by diverse cultural musicians and artists from around the world. It's a transformative experience where we can discover how Disney music has the power to inspire and unite us all with the magic of possibility. What a load of... Look at this. You can't even make this daytime art look good. It's just tacos, black tacos.
Looks like they're filling
If their tagline
martini
was, it's
glasses.
still better than Epcot forever, they're not wrong.
This is, I don't know. Like the fact that they're already out there like fighting to make pixels work, just the writing is on the wall. The writing's on the wall.
We really
Rivers
don't
of-
know what to expect,
It's
though.
Rivers of Light too.
No.
It's going to be better than
another
Epcot
mistake.
forever.
Please, no.
Hopefully
Has
it's
to be
better.
than Epcot
Insert Michael
forever.
Scott. No.
Hopefully
No.
it's better.
I think musically it will be very good. I think the people they recorded music with and the things they specifically did musically, I think will work very well. I am concerned for these show elements. I don't know that arms with lights are the latest in technology. I don't know that LED screens belong on World Showcase Lagoon. I don't know that this works, and I don't know that this is some giant leap forward. It just feels like budget conscious. You know, like some big investment would have been to install a fountain system or do something more profound.
Well, that's what concerns me, because if that's the best they can show us with a rendering,
Is that
like,
that's
is
daytime?
that,
It's-
like-
you're going to still see them? Like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, who knows what it's going to be in the end, but
The
that's not
night
like the
rendering
most
looks
compelling.
pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty, but it's not like the most compelling thing that
But they're
that
not
tells
even-
you
if we
it's
put up the big art
a beautifully crafted dreamscape of Disney music and
Put up
images.
the night art.
Yeah, the night stuff, because
So first of all, here's the thing. How many things from Illuminations are still here, right? The torches are still here.
Thank God.
The things that shoot inward are still here.
Thank God.
So all you've done is you're just trying to shove IP in. You're not even doing. There's lasers and fireworks and big. Oh boy, you added LCD screens. Wow, you really reinvented the nighttime show, right?
That's how I jazzed up my bedroom.
It's just
Lights,
an attempt-
lasers, and LCD screens.
It's an attempt to jam IP in, and it ruins the daytime view of the lagoon. And I know, like, this segment feels horribly negative, because it is. Because nothing, I don't know, nothing seems that
Wait
promising.
till we get to Project Nugget.
yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. She's doing a bang up job.
I don't know what's going on.
Unsung hero.
So here's my thing with this, because you guys know me, I'm fine with IPs. I'm okay with it. Whatever. Hercules though there's no Grease or there's no Hercules shouldn't be there.
Well, it's just going to be
Like-
the music sung in
A lot of people
different
don't know that
languages,
Hercules is actually
right?
Canadian.
But like,
Have you ever seen
I
him?
think
He
if
has
they're-
great healthcare.
Like if they're gonna do it, and this is my whole thing with the whole like IPs at Epcot. If you're gonna do it, make them fit. He doesn't fit. There's no pavilion.
I just don't think singing Disney songs in different languages makes you fit in Epcot. I just
No,
don't-
not at all.
I don't think that works.
Not at all. Not at all. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
You know how I feel.
like if you're gonna do something, then sure. Like I'm okay with, let's say, Coco. It's Mexican.
Love Coco.
We have a Mexico pavilion.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you have that stuff
Frozen.
during
We
the
have a
day.
whole Frozen thing.
A
Beauty
nighttime
and the
show
Beast.
that's like where you use the characters to introduce the culture, and then the show is about the culture, but there's these little pop-ins from the IPs related
Yes.
to each country. You can make it work. This feels more like no, we just want we want happily ever after, but on a
Yes.
lagoon,
Correct.
Yes.
right?
I hate that so much.
And you think by just every other line being in Mandarin or
In a different
or
language, it's like,
Spanish
oh,
or
yeah.
whatever, like that makes the show work.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's the thing that annoys me.
I learned what PS Pyrenos was thanks to Disney, but I get that on every ride. No, I'm with you that, and on a serious note, like this is everyone knows, the biggest fan of Illuminations in the world is like me. Like, and the reason I always said that was my favorite nighttime spectacular from day one, because it wasn't about Disney or selling merchandise. It was about coming together as humans and as a family and as a unit
Yeah.
to celebrate all cultures, no matter who you are, where you came from, are you visiting from here or there, are you working from here or there. It was just about making the world a better place. It just had the best message in the entire world. And now it's just more like, hey, here's some music from movies we made. And that's what bothers me. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. You go to Magic Kingdom, you expect that. Have a whole princess fireworks show. I don't care. But like at Epcot, you're gathered around the World Showcase. You know, like, and that is the whole thing, is that like you could have passed an amazing message on to the next generation, and it's just a missed opportunity. And
my problem is more just how they're trying to deceive people, right? Like, instead of just admitting that they're just going to cram IP into Epcot, right? It's under this guise of, oh no, it's still Epcot and it'll still be about all of these things. It's just also more Disney. No, that's not what you're doing. You're making this another Magic Kingdom and another Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
You're not injecting culture. You're not teaching people anything. Just admit what you're doing. If you're gonna destroy the park, just say you're gonna destroy the park. Don't tell me like it still keeps its core values. Like don't lie to me. Just do it.
They're not gonna say.
That's what makes Epcot so special.
Like Avengers Campus,
don't
tell me it's about
Disney,
California.
You can Disneyfy anything, anywhere, through anything else. But what makes Epcot so special is that World Showcase. And I get it. It's a weird year with COVID. We don't have, like the authenticity we used to have. But like when you used to walk around that, let's say a year ago, like seeing the people from those countries, learning things, taking it in, and injecting culture into your family and those kids' lives. It's just
I saw
so
Epcot
special.
in the 80s and 90s, so World Showcase is not the part I care about. The front was the good part. But I can see if you came along later and the front part was already ruined, I can see why you would really like the back part. I understand that. But the front part used to be really, really good.
The front part's Vietnam, according to my
The
dad.
front part had like a bunch of rides that were once in a lifetime and were really special. Yeah. But I like World Showcase. No problem with World Showcase. It's fine. Other thoughts on Harmonia?
They better. I'll withhold judgment.
Better be good.
It better be good.
Right?
Do a good
Like,
job.
that's-
Do a good job. You still have time.
Speaking of it
Fix
better
those
be good,
pixels.
Happily Ever After is going to get replaced. Project Nugget is the 50th anniversary nighttime fireworks spectacular that's still not named for Magic Kingdom, although permits have been filed and firework tests completed. No announcement of the show has been made, but we know they are actively working on it. We know what it is. And obviously Nugget is, a gold nugget. It's 50. It's your golden anniversary, I'm excited for this, but I hope if Epcot's getting a show full of IP, I want the Magic Kingdom 50th show to actually reflect the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, right? So remember Dreams Come True, which was the 50th fireworks show at Disneyland, ended up staying forever because people loved it, because it had a Haunted Mansion segment, a Pirate segment,
that was
and
awesome.
Toontown, and Main Street Electrical Parade, and all this stuff. And that's what we want for the 50th, right? Like you got to really do that fan service in the nighttime show. There's got to be some of it.
It's
the
back
50th.
from Magic.
You got to have something. Something nostalgic's got to exist in this entire celebration.
I can't imagine a scenario where this isn't great.
Yeah.
I think
these
they're
people
going to
will
go
try.
all out. I think it's going to be special. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. I don't know exactly, what it's going to be, but
I don't think
I just think we have a lot of talented people working on this. Pyro, the Pyro team is usually good, and the people that create these, Magic Kingdom fireworks shows do a bang-up job. So
I want this.
I'm very hopeful.
We're
Best
rooting
decision we
for it.
made, hiring Eric Morton, because now we get to watch Project Nugget from his backyard.
And yell, is that Mike Wazowski? I think it was Mike Wazowski.
Had the
I
one
don't
eye.
know.
That's the
That
one.
firework
There
was
was
Mike
definitely a dot in
Wazowski.
the middle of the circle.
How
It's
many
definitely
eyes
Mike
did the
Wazowski.
firework have? I have no idea.
No, this has got to be good, right? Like, we don't want to talk about this forever.
It would have to be. We'd like it to be.
Yeah.
If you're going to replace Happily Ever After, which might be one of your biggest successes
Yeah.
in recent history, it's got to be better than that, right? Like,
Yeah.
you'd assume so. And
We
it's,
talk about what a sin it is that Happily Ever After will have as short of a run as it did. It was going to already have a short run, but with
No, but-
COVID, it is a very young show to go away.
but do you remember, like, how pissed people were about Wishes?
Yeah.
And then that came out, and people were like, I remember your reaction, and you were like, oh, man. it's not terrible. It's
No, I actually
praise
liked
from
this
Tom
show.
Corliss.
I was the person that night. I was the person that night who was like, "That's a great show."
Yeah.
I loved Happily
and everyone
from day
who watched
one.
it said the same thing. And
Yeah.
it's an emotional show, and it has a great. I mean, everyone knows.
We
Happily
talk
Ever
about this
After.
all the time. What is the rule of theme parks? The rule of theme parks is you have to be better than whatever you replaced. That's the rule. That's what
why.
you have
Why do you think
to
I'm so
do.
fired up at Epcot forever?
Yeah. Well, it was meant to be temporary while they did the other show. You know, it wasn't good, but
So in Project Nugget form, I'm saying like if you're gonna take down, and again, I think we're gonna get Happily Ever After back after the
maybe.
50th.
Yeah.
I think it'll come back. I really do believe it'll come back. But this has to be something really special, and I'm just afraid. I don't want. Let's call it Magic Kingdom Forever. I don't want that. I want something really amazing for Project Nugget.
I don't want Magic Kingdom. Yeah. People should look up Celebrate Tokyo Disneyland. Their 35th anniversary.
Here we go.
They did a very limited. I think it ran for like 6 months. It was a real short run. They did a projection show that was all just about the park's history. And it
that's
was
cool.
Kevin Kidney and Jody Daly did all the art for it. And it was really fantastic. And the cool thing is, a lot of that art that was used for the projections and stuff would work in Florida. It's like the Country Bears riding Big Thunder, the pirate
Yes.
segment, the
That's
mansion
awesome.
segment, and river boats, and like a lot of it you could just recycle and people would be fine with it. So, maybe do that. All right, we're leaving Florida. Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel, will open at Disneyland Paris. I'm just going to quickly go through this because I don't know anyone's super excited about this. Not that anyone really loved Hotel New York to begin with, unless you're a big Michael Graves fan, but I like Michael Graves. Yeah, it's a re-theme of Hotel New York. They're collaborating with more than 50 artists from Marvel Comics and studios to bring together more than 300 pieces of artwork showcasing the wealth of the Marvel Universe, comic book covers, posters, illustrations, storyboards, original sketches, and more, including never-before-seen and exclusive pieces. The unprecedented renovation will include entirely redesigned rooms with a modern feel, featuring Marvel artwork in each room and a subtle nod to the legendary Iron Man in all Empire State Club rooms. Also have suites that go above and beyond for fans, including suites themed to Avengers and Spider-Man. This is more of the usual. That headboard is real cool, though. That's neat. But these rooms are, I mean, they're pretty plain. You get Spectrum Magic, kind of like Mickey's Cape, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's Asgard, though. It's Asgard. Yeah.
For the same time,
The arc reactor
can we just say
is cool.
cool?
I mean, it's an improvement. These rooms were dumpy. I mean, I can't knock fixing these, but this is such a weird project. They also didn't change the name of any of the restaurants in here, so there's still the Manhattan restaurant. But we'll have a chandelier inspired by Thor's Asgardian palace, but then has Italian trattoria flavors. Asgard is a province of Italy, as you all know. Downtown Restaurant, that's the name, will be a culinary journey through a cosmopolitan New York
Yes.
with Chinatown and Little Italy flavors. Skyline Bar. Actually, I think we have this. It might be
Laura,
in the
just
video.
cue up the
I
I
think
don't
there's a
like
video.
this. For the
Oh,
next
Pete and I have done that. Skyliner
Play
bar.
the video bit. There's a
Skyliner Bar. Yeah.
Et me voilà au Disney
You can
Hotel
kill
New
the
York,
audio.
the art.
That's fine. Skyline Bar will be an elegant, typical New York martini bar, offering breathtaking views of the skyline of New York that'll hold some heroic surprises. You'll find cocktails as well as a fine selection of wines. Probably the same list as all the other bars at the hotels in Paris, 'cause that's kind of what they do.
Still
There you see the
$48
lobby
cheaper
there.
than the Enchanted Room.
Lounge Bar.
Or donuts.
Lounge Bar will be a trendy Manhattan loft-style bar featuring fresh and organic products like biodynamic wines, bottled beers, and craft brewery.
Biodynamic?
Biodynamic. He's the guy in the helicopter that flies over Disneyland Paris. We have bioreconstruct. We have bioreconstruct.
it's biodynamic.
They have biodynamic. Yeah.
Did Axel write this
Axel's
press
right
release?
there. He's giving the briefing.
He was there. You didn't see him?
Yeah.
He's-
Look at this. Look at this big decal we got, everybody. It's Marvel's Riviera Resort. Look at it.
Ooh, that is busy.
Let's just take things and put them on the wall.
I mean, it's an improvement. Like, I will tell you, that was a dated old hotel. Like, anything's an improvement for sure.
somebody just wrote, Lounge Bar George.
Oh man, why does she have a bike helmet? By the way, that woman definitely has a bike helmet, not a construction helmet. Oh man, there's a bike helmet. Don't go back for the bike helmet. I want to show them the skyline. Took us back. Oh boy. Guests can also take advantage of amenities such as Metro Pool, an indoor and outdoor pool complex with a jacuzzi, sauna, and Turkish bath, and Metro Health Club, a fitness center equipped with machines and sports accessories as well as various outdoor sports activities. There's that's a cool chandelier. Oh, that looks better than Enchanted
Way
Rose.
better than Enchanted Rose.
Yeah, the glass, it's
The
pretty.
underside of Belle's dress.
So have the French watched any other Avengers movies besides Avengers and Spider-Man? Is that why this is all in New York?
No. You
Like,
show
I'm
up
so-
to Age of Ultron,
I mean,
and
New
then
York-
they give you your bill, it's Endgame.
New York is a starting point in the comics for most
Doctor
characters,
Strange
right?
is in New York, right?
Yeah, but I'm looking and I'm like, they don't even have like Fantastic Four.
They didn't have the
Daredevil.
rights yet.
I'm like, this
Remember when this was designed? Yeah, I mean, this is one of the first Marvel things designed. Why is this jumping?
Here's
No, just let
Skyline.
it play. That's pretty. I like that.
And honestly, hey, you're right. It really does.
But I mean, it also, like, this wasn't a hotel with rich storytelling to begin with. It was already playing out one art style, so they just picked another art style. So you're not, this is a lateral change that probably needed to happen for, to interest people and out there to stay at a hotel. And I don't
It's
really
another
have a
IP,
problem
and a
with
lot
it.
of things happen in New York in these comic movies. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
it's changing just
it's
like Space
fine.
220.
Yeah, again, it was kind of dumpy,
Wait,
so
this is next to the
I'm not
There's like a.
sad.
It reminds me of that.
The Avengers Tower?
Was it the Disney Dream has that like bar where the cityscapes change behind you, the
Is it
skyline?
also like Skyline
yeah.
Bar? Is it the same
Yeah,
thing? No?
similar.
Something of that sort. Oh, no, I've never been. I was supposed to go last year.
Aw.
All right, next up, Cars Route 66 road trip.
Yay!
Woo! This is the thing I'm most excited for this year. I'm not even joking. The long-standing and great collaboration between Disney and Pixar continues. Together, they've designed a family-friendly journey discovering some of the wacky roadside attractions along famous Route 66. The attraction's new boarding station, inspired by mid-century modern architecture, because that's such a big deal in The Incredibles and not Cars, fittingly offers several nods to the automotive world. Here's Tom Fitzgerald pretending to care about the project. As your gateway to all the wonders awaiting on Route 66, guests will enter the station through a tourist booth complete with maps, postcards, and other decorative items. You may notice a postcard for Cars Catastrophe Canyon, a nod to Catastrophe Canyon. Catastrophe Canyon is staying. Catastrophe Canyon will be some sort of Route 66 roadside attraction in this thing. It's weird.
Everything's
Some
lights,
of this looks
cameras, Mater.
familiar. It's because this is a weird reskin of the backlot tram tour, the studio tram tour that existed in Paris, and this will be the first phase of the expansion of the park to open. I'm excited for this because I think it's going to be such a weird, dumpy overlay that I'm just excited to see how stupid this is.
But it's gonna fit
Why?
because it's gonna be Route 66 and like.
I'm riding in a
just
tour
side-
tram from Hollywood
Oh,
down
no, no,
Route
oh,
66.
not that, not that. I just mean
No,
like
no, I
how
don't think that's not
how
what
dumpy
Phoenix.
it's gonna look. I think is gonna
Like there's
is
just going to be
fit.
static statues of Cars characters, which we're going to drive
I don't think
past.
that's true. They already have the technology from California to have moving animatronics and or
Someone tell Pete about Disneyland Paris.
Eyes on the horizon.
Oh God.
no, but even in Hollywood studios, like with the projections on the front of the car, I feel like this could.
It's not happening. This is not that.
It's gonna be Art of Disney.
It's a tram tour past statues and Catastrophe Canyon, but with the truck that gets set on fire has a face.
When I saw the art for the dinosaur truck, I thought that was fake. I
You
actually
know
thought
Tyler
that
made
was-
it?
I genuinely thought that
Honestly.
was a graphic that we created,
Yeah.
and I didn't think that was
Yeah,
real.
Kinda
it would look like a joke.
I thought it was
Can
a
we have
joke,
that?
Which
and then somebody told me it
also
was real. I
props
was
to
like,
our
no
man
way.
Tyler for doing
For
something
doing such a
incredible
good
that she
job.
thought that was a real graphic we created, but it was an actual Disney.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
I genuinely
Oh,
thought
it's in
that
that
Tyler
batch.
made
Yeah,
that.
show those. I think we have it. That's the load area.
Wait, for what?
Time out.
Looks like an
cars?
A&W root beer.
Looks
a
like an
load
area.
station.
It's an Amtrak.
No, it's the Skyliner station at Pop. Yeah.
That's the load area for,
All right,
for
what's
cars?
that? Show me the
What
next
else you
one.
got in there?
For cars, yeah, apparently.
Oh, we have the stuff that's going to sit in the booth. Oh man, they made 6 postcards. Everybody.
I want the postcards.
I like the
I mean, I
postcards.
would like them.
That's
yeah.
it, though.
That's like the theming.
I'm pretty sure
We
Tom
don't
owns
have the
4 of
art,
these
right?
and is willing to pay more for the last
All
2.
right, that's fine. All right, let's get on. We have one last thing. Believe Sea of Dreams at Tokyo Disney Sea. Given the departure of Fantasmic last year, Disney Sea does not have a nighttime show. They've announced the new show will come in 2021 as part of the 20th anniversary of Disney Sea. Believe Sea of Dreams. Not much is known other than it will take place on Mediterranean Harbor. The grand, breathtaking performance will remind guests of the importance of having a dream and always believing in it. That's all we know. They're building barges. That's all we know is that they.
It sounds amazing.
I know, I was going to say, here's Tom's reaction.
I
Look at
don't.
Tom.
I didn't.
I cannot wait for this. This is what the Disney companies have been doing for years.
For the record, I didn't like Fantasmic at Disney Sea, and I have liked like 1 out of 8 harbor shows. So I don't know if I care. I don't know. It could be just waving. It could be really
Somebody
boring.
save this.
It could be really boring. That's what I said when I said I don't like anything this year. At least if Tron was in this, Tron is fun. I would have loved to tell you that Tron is the best minute and 10 seconds you'll spend at the Magic Kingdom.
Don't say
Oh,
that.
you never react.
Don't say that.
It's a fun ride.
But imagine
It's a very
Tron
fun
when you go
ride.
through a wall.
I know.
know.
We've really plussed
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What happened to Drawn to Life?
We're not talking about it.
That's not a Disney
I'm not
attraction.
convinced they've declared bankruptcy and they have no employees. I'm not talking about Cirque. Do you want to talk about Cirque?
No,
I will-
I had
I do. I
I
had
will
tickets.
let
idea
you-
about any
if
of
I
it.
you
had tickets to
wanna go ahead,
opening
go for
day.
it.
Then I had tickets to opening day again. Then I had tickets to opening day again. And I love Cirque. Like I go to Vegas to see Cirque.
It'll be great. I just don't know that it's actually going to
It's
happen.
actually gonna happen.
It has to happen. The amount of money invested is 100% going to happen.
But like
Any amount of
Cirque
money.
is in trouble.
No. Yeah, honestly, you're right. They will. They 100%.
You're a big Cirque guy.
I
no?
love Cirque.
Yeah, I like circus. I like circus. I actually haven't seen a circus
Oh, okay.
show.
Oh, I've seen many. I actually
I've only
travel
seen
to
one
see all the
Uber.
Cirque shows.
No.
I see the ones that they actually like set up in parking lots, like outside of like, well, in New York, like outside of like City Field. But also, I've gone to Vegas just to see Cirque shows.
Yeah.
Many times. Cirque shows are amazing. I saw Beatles Love. I've seen I've seen the Mexican one, which was amazing. I'm really. That's why I was so excited for Drawn to Life. I bought opening day tickets 3 times, which is hard to say.
Yeah.
Because there's only one opening day and it still hasn't happened. So hopefully it happens this year. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Also, if they're watching, I still haven't gotten that last refund. So thank you.
Oh, dang.
Did you not hear what he just said? You're not getting that.
I'm not getting it back. And I didn't even have it on the expensive.
I never even checked that they refunded me. I should probably do that.